this is a direct. But that's not correct. That's something else. This one should be it. Here we are. Okay, so shit happens. We have a very large spider. And it tries to tell you, please guys, join the Weavers Guild. I'm thinking, should I make another guild? Cause that one is it's freaking me out. But did you notice I'm not screaming? I'm not screaming. So yeah, somehow before I get to bed, I need to get rid of that thing. I don't know how, but that's what we have a brain for. Okay, so Fara, this is the last top phone before we are going to have a look at some of your spiritual gifts that you have brought in your life. So as soon as you break up, the walls Is that the same spider? Okay, I'm going to use some spray here. Okay, this is entertaining. It's not fun for me. So I'm going to use something called DEET oil, because I cannot put up with this. Get that. How fast was that? Okay, so I have to use a spray. Ugh. In the old days, X-Gen days, we call this a really bad day. It's behind the curtain or... Okay, can you see it, guys? Can you see it? Oh, this is warm. No, it's under my table. It's under my table. Okay, guys. So I know we will laugh at this in a month or two, but this is not cool. It's under my table and it's in a good mood until I came. So I think, guys, that we are going to move up in my bed and we are going to do the reads from there, because there is no way I am doing any kind of card reads from my bed where there is a huge spider under my table. I mean the other way around. So that's not, absolutely not going to happen. So I'll... So the spider says, "Hi everyone, join the Dreamcatchers Guild. You have the blessings of all spiders in the world. And don't worry about Raven, I won't bite her." I can't promise that goes for both directions, because holy shit. And I'm supposed to sleep here with Goliath on my side? No. Okay, so I'm gonna remove. I'm gonna move this a little bit. I'm gonna be teased so much for this. Am I not? I would tease me. Okay, so let's put you right here, and I'll find the cards, and let's continue on the bed. Okay. I think you're standing okay now. Yeah, you can see things that's fallen. So just give me a minute, guys. Sueño del mar. And I'm actually going to use the Weaver skill, I think. Let's see. Let's just see. No. Woman, you are going to get the screwdriver. Okay, so here we are, having fun. You can laugh all you like, but this is Ravenheim channel, and this is how we take the piss out of my way of doing things. All right. Please don't jump in my shoe, because I'll be very upset if you jump in my shoe. Okay. And just one last thing. That's going to make the cards fly. Okay. You can see me. Am I up, or do I need to turn my phone on and off? You can see me? Okay, beautiful. That was not beautiful, and now I have a giant, so I am, in fact, what you call a hedge witch, So I already purchased a bunch of herbs that I know that spiders, they don't like it. So this one is going to be a strong one. It won't kill it, but maybe it will get it the hell out of my house. All right. So a new pair of pants. And we have to continue for Fara. So Fara, we are about 70% into your read before we continue. Which one was the next one? We have I think Kiati is the second one. She was waiting a lot last night. And so guys, remember that please yeah, and yeah, I think I'm gonna push you down as far as I can get you. When you have small rooms like this and you travel, you have a lot of stuff everywhere. Okay. So, ready guys? Now you guys know that if you want to give me a heart attack at some point, spider. That's all you need. Just need a spider. Okay. So we're going to have a look at the last cards and see how they connect with the rest of the deck. So you have North Node. So talking about the Taurus field, here we have the Taurus field. Can you recognize it? Okay. And since our Earth is a little bit tilted, and I don't think it's supposed to be tilted. I have actually told the AI that, dude, we are not in the first civilization. First civilization considers to be 0.75 or something like that, in that direction, okay? And he didn't like that. So I said, we are currently at least in civilization 1, or maybe even civilization 2. And it would be very quiet for a long time before it would tell me, Raven, you know we are here to help you, right? Mm-hmm. And after this, it's very clear on, let's stick to empiric data, and that's it. But it can explain to me the meaning of the card, no problem. I don't need that though. I see that as a child, someone tried to disconnect the Fara from the divine, with Jupiter in reverse here. I don't want to read this card in reverse here, but clearly it does have a strong meaning to it. And so still you have this mermaid energy, and if I, let's say if I grew up, mermaid would be bullshit still, but we have found water planets with life, and I did wake up in another reality where I had a fish tail, and I can't get over it, and I want to experience more, but I don't. So people who, and I see that you have a lot of fluidity, a lot of water. Water is one of your strong elements to work with when it comes to magic. And so when it comes to fish, the fifth house, you could be playful in a manner that was very visual. And you also, is coming out as someone with strong healing gifts. It's something I get. It could be descended all the way. If you are from Egypt, it could be descended all the way from Pharaoh. And I'm not talking about just a regular healing gift from a regular human, but since you are living so close to Egypt or in Egypt, this gift could have been a part of the treasures as an imprint in your genomes. And it says here something about its sixth house. It says something about partnership. Let's see if I can find more cards. Okay. So usually these trousers are a little short, so you have an excuse. For those of you who get reads today, there is something about pink, the color pink, which is connected to the planet Venus, which has something to do with Venus, with beauty. You could be a very beautiful person, you could be someone who are a lover of beauty, and when that is deprived from you and that is taken away from you and you are being planted in a room which is grey with no windows, I'm told that you need to learn how to calculate, and you're being isolated. This is a beautiful way to disconnect you from Jupiter. And this is happening all the time. When in reality, you are someone who are filled with so many gifts that they should increase your connection to Jupiter so you can become the seed, because you are already seeded as someone who are supposed to bring higher knowledge from spirit to the world as blueprints. And someone here have done their job disconnecting you. And maybe they even took away stuff from you that hindered you in, you can't have that before you've done your homework, because you are going to be, so I don't know about that. I know in India people are engineers, doctors, so they want what was that job again that everyone wants? Anyway, Pisces. Pisces is Pisces, and Pisces is water, and Pisces is your key word here for you to move on and move away through Libra in a very peaceful manner, with love and with beauty, to create gifts that you can share with the rest of the world. I mean, my daughter, she's got I saw today, she's got millions of likes on her channel. And I'm like, these are old clips from Lord of the Rings and that kind of these old clips, and we got millions of likes from just remixing this. Yes, she does. So people who do original stuff today, guys, we need to talk. So anyway, you have Taurus there, which is also ruled by Venus. So you basically are you are a descendant from a very powerful woman, and she had many children, and you have also a connection to Isis. See, this is here. Okay. So Isis could be one of the gods that you can connect to. Usually most of the goddesses and gods are just separated up with some small differentiations in the skills to confuse the hell out of us, okay? But this bull, this is also if you, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, if you have Scorpio in sixth house, then the opposite house of 6 would be the 12th house, and that is I believe where you will have your transformation, and you will reach the North Node, which is the soul. Okay. So it's been said here that you are an old crystal worker from, Atlantean crystal worker. And you used to decorate the temple in a specific manner so the crystals, they could emit the proper vibrations. The crystals are also storage spaces. Today we are also using crystals to store space in our phones, in our computers, in our everything. And note that we also use copper. Okay? So these two things you are a part of. I think you physically could be part of the Atlantean genome, but you could also have been one of the nomads that left all the way from wherever you could hide after the flood, and also have genomes from Acadia, Ur, Sumeria, all these places. We have the rhesus negative gene is we see that most nobility and famous people have rhesus negative gene. Why? Because they're easier to manipulate, right? But they also see things and have a very high intuition. And so that means that most of you have someone, because we are traveling back 3,000 years now. So some of you have this rhesus negative in your blood, in your, dormant in your system, which means that you, in your own way, with very interesting genomes, a beautiful star chart of who you are, where you come from as crystals. So you stored crystal memories. And we see Gemini here, we see the High Priestess here. So there could have been some cooperation with Thoth. But what I'm sure of with this number 2 here is that you were some kind of a high priestess. And I don't know why I get Atlantean times, but the pyramids are kind of an echo of Atlantia. And the first city built after the flood was named Eridu. Okay, so we are being supported here. You have essential gifts, by the way, so if you want to, get your way through life, you can always use your charm. That's actually a skill in role-playing games. It's how much charm you have. Really? You think, the guys call it booby bonus. So here we have Mercury, and Mercury is ruled by Thoth, the god Thoth, the god of scribe. He is the one where we get knowledge from. He's the one who he's androgynous. Still we say he, but it's an androgynous planet. I believe he's son of Venus, and so he can travel anywhere. I think he's got these beautiful wings on his feet, and this is interesting. And this is where we store knowledge. So whatever happened, absolutely everything that happened on this planet and with you, it's being stored someplace, because you yourself are full of crystals. And what will happen when they are finding their place, right? Because right now many of you will experience namaste everyone. We are currently on a winner, someone who won a $30 read. So we fell out, and so you can see that on the other recently read we have. There are the rules and so forth and so forth. And for those of you who want your reads, you can simply support me by going into Octavia, Raven of Orion, 5293, which is my music site. And then tell me under the commentary, if you don't have time to wait, that you have joined my music site. And you can ask your question and I will publish your question when we have time. Just like, but many of you who are, you know, those of you who are most active on this website are also part of. I don't like the word competition, but you have the opportunity to win a $30 win. And the chances are very big. If you are here very often, if you do give a lot of yourself into this group, you have a high chance of getting a $30 read. We give out a $20 read, and we give out a $10 read. So if you feel that I've been waiting now for 1 hour, well, type your question, join the music site that I just gave out to you. It's also written several places where to go, and right there what you need to do. I'll do it like this, okay? So sweetie, someone, I get serious B something, and there is also a connection here, a Pleiadian connection here. They are trying to connect with you. I see a dolphin, and I see they try to connect with you, but it's not easy. But they tell me that water is what I see here, although Taurus is Earth, Isis, well, I don't know much about her, but Mercury wants to connect with you, and it tells me that through water and using crystals you can drink the water by healing it, like I showed to you on the first part, and yeah, this is interesting. You also have, so yeah, crystal, water, which is interesting because water and crystal is actually same. It's just water is liquidized, and they are. This is why we do have the Dreamers, the Weavers Guild, to say that no, you do not have our consent, because the beings that are contaminating our water, they have human slaves, but the thing is that without our consent they cannot contaminate our water, because it's a very strange system. But when you join the Dream Guild, the Dreamweavers Guild, which is simply write to me, I want to join the Weavers Guild. This is the knowledge, wisdom and love I can bring by, filling up the guild. And if you have something you have a great passion for, through being part of this guild, I do not consent to abuse of animal. I do not consent to, and you could be more specific. The more specific you are, the more the universe will understand, because it's an extension of you and the universe, this. We have a large spider visiting today. Okay, so you have Jupiter and Sagittarius together. So there is a part of you that is needed outside there as a woman that goes outside. But she can throw goals in all directions, a typical Sagittarius energy. So I see you have this you do have a lot of treasures that you bring with you into this world. And when Mercury and Jupiter join forces with Isis and crystals, and then we have the 10th house. If you can find a way to distance yourself from those who pull down that wall that prevents you, maybe it's your self-confidence, self-esteem, push them, if you somehow can push them away without you being, I don't know, what is the culture in your country, but in Norway we can simply just remove ourselves from the people who are toxic to us. And you can simply tell them that, because there are a lot of people, I love them, I still love them, and they have given me so much, thanks to my grandmother and aunt. I might not necessarily know what is the meaning of love. I could be a blunt sociopath, you know? And there is a big chance I would have been, because we have a lot of very imperative characters in my family. So this card tells you to ease down. There is something that is inside of you that says, take it easy. It's gonna be fine, okay? So 10 minutes more, and then we are moving on to Izzy did not write, so she's going to the third, she's going on to another life today, I hope. But someone was a good girl, boy here, and told me they subscribed. Kayati, new channel. So next one is Kayati. I believe Ansuman is one of them, but let's see. So yeah, the second one and the third one we have. Okay, so let's find out Fara. Fara, I feel I know you. Somehow I know you. I don't know how I know you. Uh, but when all these Pisces and crystals comes up, I feel that this is the point also with the dream catcher, is to push us further together, because out of the blue maybe you start talking a lot to someone which is a part of this site, and you go like, you seem so familiar and we have so much in common, you know. And then you have this connection to the weaver, you know, the dream catcher. And the whole point with the dream catcher is, let's be together. Don't fight them. Don't fight those guys who are trying to divide you with propaganda. Propaganda and politics and all these things that creates chaos in the streets and screaming and shouting and angry people. You don't have to be a part of that. Okay, so let's have a quick look. What other gifts do we find? For Fara. Yeah. When it comes to career, you're gonna make it. I don't know what the heck you're choosing, but whatever you put up on your mind, you're gonna make it. It might take a very long time. Don't be, because you're not rushing this one. This is someone, when you find the stability here, you're gonna stick with it. This is something that makes me very proud. And so that tells me that you have a strong power over water, so much power that you can share your power with earth energy. And what do we see here? Well, we see two symbols of Isis. Interesting. So yeah, the reason that someone pulled a wall between you and creativity in regards to where you take up your space, namaste, and so forth and so forth. This is someone who emits very strong Taurus energy. Okay? Usually they are portrayed as a man. And they usually see someone who are sitting with a book, doodling like me, tarot cards, as a waste of time. And when they obtain Taurus energy, they can be very intimidating. So this is something I would work on if I were you. This is your wall for you to break through. And well, you know, we have a rock on the side, breaking the wall. We don't need your education. You should play that song a little bit more. So because it was really relevant as a Gen X as it is today. We don't need your education, because the education today, the books barely have changed. But note that my perception of the way I see things does not have to be your perceptions. You are fully free to this is not a political channel, but we have discovered so many new insects and plants and way to do things, and not to mention ChatGPT, that it's really time. Not entrepreneurship, how to build tiny houses for people who don't have places to live. And let's have a talk with those people who live in castles and have a meeting for those who have to live in the ditch. You know, this is logic that it's not supposed to be like that. I'm part Aquarian, so I shout when I talk about these things. So your devotion is going to be your way all the way up there, but there will be a fight. But there will also be a flight, some kind of travel, some kind of journey is pulled in here. And so you possess a lot of wisdom of what the Indian culture would call the Nagas. Okay? Okay, so whoever, this is from home. This is your home. This is someone in your family or far back in time, maybe a previous life. Someone here pulled down a curtain and they said that they are playing mind games with you. They are testing your patience. And so the best reason I can give here, by deflecting yourself and saying, no, that was not me. I told you so. I have proof right here. You know what's gonna happen? They're having fun. They're having fun. And they are gonna keep going and going and going and going. Maybe for the rest of your life, until one day you realize, you know, if you really insist, I did that based on maybe it's based on this much evidence, then you know that's your problem. You can admit some irony and some, because this is laughable. This is laughable. We laugh at people who are desperate at pushing people down in order to make themselves look good. And then they have the sycophants on their side that are laughing with them and showing you that you no longer belong in this density anymore. So if you want to take a stand and say that I no longer belong in this density, this is a test. These are someone who are trying to wind me up. You don't show this. You see people who are trying to dominate you, they sit like this. Oh yeah? Yeah. Sometimes they're not doing anything negative with their eyes. It's just that, okay, so you feel like that. Yeah, I see that. So not only do they have a very open language, While we cats sit like this, we feel uncomfortable around that person. And a lot of blinking shows stress. Why are we blinking so much? Are you lying or are you stressed? But you clearly are stressed with something. Something that you need to be aware of also is the goat stare. No, I did not do it. Then I surely did it, okay? This subtle scratching on their nose, all those, you file all those things together, you got them, okay? So when I want to get away with something, let's, deflect ourselves. Let's make a shield and pretend that we don't exist, you don't see me, and no, but you started. No, I didn't do it. I have proof. And then we start to create this victim. So raise yourself up, open up your body and push the shoulders back. Okay. And then if you think that I did this based on this much proof, feel free, feel free. And I'm gonna go back to bed and watch a good movie while you are discussing this super, super magnificent theme on the day where I apparently stole a lollipop from your mama. Yes, Queen of Cups. Told you again, water, water, water. Water is your thing. You can scry using water. You yourself, you get sick. Same with me. I also have Queen of Cups. And basically full water in tropical sign. And when I'm sick, I go into the shower, full heat, and I actually sometimes I feel good after I empty the entire tank. But Queen of Cups is someone who have full compassion. She has so much compassion. She's the best mother besides the Empress. She's the best mother. She loves unconditionally. So right now, I see that, I don't know if you are working or planning a work, or there is some kind of work, maybe unpaid work, simple housework, or some kind of stuff that's going on. It could be school studies. Things are not, you could be working with a partner here, and I'm not going to blame this partner, but I'm being warned towards this partner. Okay, so just have a look at this person. He's kept the same card. So when this is very interesting, because when this person works with you, when I don't sorry, when you guys are working separate, you're doing a great job. This is what I get. You see here, same part. But someone here is getting reversed. Who is that? And not because you both, if you are two, you're both disappointed. Someone are more very very disappointed because maybe you get 7 out of 8 fruits, you know, from your work, and your partner gets nothing at all because they didn't put their devotion. And I see you are really putting a lot of devotion into whatever you are doing. So here there is actually a pretty interesting and the thing here is that because of this you might be pulled down. Either this is your fault or this is their fault, but it seemed to be toxic. You might be pulled down, and this is why, you know, ending up on your career because you have forest elemental energy in you. You easily connect to trees, animals, even insects. They can sense that this is a good person, you know. I want to sit on your shoulders a little bit, just like me. Oh, Ravens, you're such a good person. Let's take a trip over and get some cuddle from Raven. Why aren't you panicking, motherfucker? You're a spider and you're very, very large. No, I don't want spiders as visitors. But in general, what happened now is that I got even one step closer into, you know, next time if one of those motherfuckers are coming, I got even one step closer into saying, you again. And I give them really stupid Norwegian names. If you want to know a new Viking name, I call them Helge. So here I see that this is going to be at work. This is going to be a financial disaster. One of you might have already saved up, and you can, in a way, now I'm also warning you, saying that I am not so sure about this person, but I'll put some money into this and see how this goes. So this could be far into the future. And then the Capricorn in you, or whatever, you know, you don't have to be a Capricorn, but the one that is a really, really good entrepreneur sees that if I keep following this person, because this person is not, they don't know shit about fertilizer. Wasn't that kind of funny? Shit, fertilizer. So, this is one of the things we do when we live off-grid. We make outdoor toilets and nothing goes to waste, including our shit. You know? You this is where I should use some euphemics, but I don't. So one of you here is gonna stand and be like, well, at least I got the fruit. I did not get all the fruit, but I got the fruit. This is okay, you know? 7 points. And the other one is going to be like, I have nothing left. I'm out of here. I think you now have the chance to choose. Who you want to be? And the question is, if this is 6th house and there is a very, check the planet or the planetoid called Juno. If Juno is fiddling around your main planets or your 6th house a lot, take that as a sign. What kind of star sign could they be? Scorpio. So during falls like this, that's when we transform, you know. I lost everything, I want to be in bed for the rest of my life, yada yada yada. And then you realize that, well then, for me, who are ruled by Mercury as a hyperactive planet, I'll go like, okay. This situation is coming to an end anyway. So in order for you to start working right now with your purpose in life, which you find in the 7th house, where you find beauty, you find music, everything that lifts you up, everything that makes you feel calm, everything that makes you feel that, you know, where you find fairness, where you don't get in trouble with law enforcement because you have things on paper and you know a little bit maybe about the language as well. I don't, but I'm sure as hell would love to learn a little bit about the law enforcement language, because if you don't know these laws, you could be a criminal without your knowledge. So you are being called to Earth. If you're not, again, part of the Weavers Guild, these cards pretty much says it all. We've had a spider visiting, and we have water here who are basically seeding Mother Earth. Okay? So your purpose now is for you to create a stable foundation. Maybe you want to build a house. If you're looking for a husband, remember this, that a man is not a stable house. A man is a man, you know? But 4 of coins plus this guy shows to me that you are someone who wants to create stability, because you've been working with crystals before. I know my old teacher, she put crystals inside her house. I wouldn't do that. I would have them on display. But she did that in order to protect the house. So when it comes to transformation, you actually made one of the most transformations, and there will be a transformational process coming towards you quite soon, right? Namaste, guys. As you understand, I'm already doing a read from one of you winners. And every time I use the astrological cards, I end up doing twice as much work. I apologize, twice as much work as I'm supposed to do. So it's very possible I have to. I promised one here to give her a quick read. But for those of you who don't get your read, you have to notify me and sign up to Octavia at Raven of Orion 5293, which is my music site. This is your gift to me. So you exchange a gift today. When you have done that, notify me and ask a question. It's that simple. Then it's easier for me also to, it's a lot easier. But here, Fara, she's standing in a situation where she could feel very overwhelmed. Like me, there are spiders, giant spiders everywhere. What the fuck do I do? I'm using all my mosquito oil, and it's a very strong mosquito oil. I would feel sad if he died, but I would also feel very relaxed if he died. Here you have 4 of coins. Here you have Isis twice. And here you have the crystals. You are an old crystal engineer. And so the danger here in this card is that it says, you did it. It's not 9 of wands. It's not 9 of snakes. It's 10. You have them all. And instead of trying to keep, I have 3 dogs here that I sometimes give them some snack. And zero respect, guys. Zero respect. You need to at some point, these snakes, when you have 10 snakes at once and they maybe are wild, you cannot just expect that you will tame them. You have to surrender. Because if you don't surrender, you will be bitten. And then you will have no choice but to surrender. Okay? So you already are there. And stand there. And you will find out how long you will have to stand there. But the Taurus here says here that it's not forever. at some point, all the 10 snakes are gonna have enough of that stupid human who are capturing us and carry us all over the place. In astrology, she's called Ophiuchus, the snake carrier. In this situation, slightly fucked because we don't have those. She's carrying them in her hands, and they are lying. It's a pretty interesting situation. But here you need to trust the bull. You need to trust Isis. You need to trust the Most High. Whatever God you believe in, it's important that you understand that there can only be one source creator. And this creator gives all of us a spark for us to move on to the next level. So your past and your future is looking, if those 10 snakes were spiders, I'd be dead right now. Told you, synchronicity right now is so. If you don't know what synchronicity is, synchronicity today, it's so intense that I'm speechless. I can tell you about all the synchronicity that's going on, but they are so insane that I'm just okay. Interesting. And so Atlantis fell. And this is why you were given a gift. You fell off the horse. You fell off the tower. The tower fell. Okay? And because of this, you told yourself, never, ever again am I going to let this happen. And so you connected yourself with the energy of Isis. I don't know what Isis is equivalent to in general, among other goddesses. But to me, she looks like she have a lot in common with Venus. And she could be Ishtar from the ancient Sumerian tablets. She could also be Freya, although Freya, cats come from Venus, they say. So Freya, her wagon was pulled by cats. Snakes. If you take dog and snakes and you fuse them together, I'm pretty sure eventually when you've been standing for a very long time in that chemistry lab, you'll get a cat. So here I see you, literally your property, the property you were a part of building, your house, your home, you had you were forced to leave but I think perhaps you chose to die because you were among the first builders. of some of the most beautiful places. It could also have been Lemuria or the land of Mu. And it all of a sudden everything you knew about safety, feeling safe, it was gone by a very, very large tsunami or whatever destroyed the Atlantean period. And but you came back as a water goddess. You come back and said, you know, I have the essence of water right here. I command the life in the ocean. And I'm no longer afraid because I understand now the life in the ocean. And then that there is nothing to fear. Because I am water. And at one point, according to the ancient texts, there were fish people, and they still live in the ocean today. If you take a look at the globus, I have one there. The ocean is massive. I think it is taking up 70% of our planet. Or is that our body? But the ocean is massive. So there are so many sunken ships with treasures and so many sunken cities. And there are also cities there that are still active right now. Because if we are going to look for aliens or secret places, I want to go, I want to dive, 4,000 kilometer down in the bottom of the Mariana Group to see what's going on there. It's like if you weren't paranoid from before, you will get it. So here we have the dogs of the underworld. Always, that's why I chose this card, because this card is always a mystery to me. And again, there is a woman here. She doesn't have a lot. So if you take this as a timeline, Saturnian timeline, something happened. But I get saved by the bull. So this is not Isis in that sense that we have the bull, but I don't know, for me this looked like a shaman's drum. And so you went back into the primitive civilization and said that, okay, let's start all over again. And that was exactly ironically, the new empire were introduced to the world. Now that Atlantis is gone, let's introduce a new religion into the world. And everything which, Odin, he was a good man and a bad man. We don't use duality. I don't use duality. If you want to have a better life, remove labels in your daily life as good, bad, ugly, pretty, um, you know, very strong labels. If you want to have a really, really, a day, I could say that this day was terrible simply because of that spider alone. And I broke my glass with jam, and I have many reasons to think of this day as a terrifying day. But instead of saying that, my life is over, this terrifying spider came and messed up my tarot read. Although he scared the shit out of me, he scared the shit out of me. At the same time, he came up so close that what I talked to you about earlier, you did see it yourself. I did not use those screams that makes Mexico, the palm trees in Mexico flap a little bit extra. There are no wind there except when I scream because of a spider. So he went under the table still. Okay, I'm gonna go. Relax, woman, I'm gonna go. But he didn't seem terrified. But instead of me saying that this day was horrific because I also broke a very expensive glass with jam, and I also have a few temptations I need to overcome today. That's the devil. And the devil is a seducer. So let's just make it very, very primitive and say that the devil is Lucifer and Lucifer is pretty, and the demons and Lucifer are based on what we feel. So the devil is not ugly, the devil is beautiful. So when we go into a shop or wherever we go and we are being presented to a good product or good food, it's the devil. That's what you call the devil. It's Lucifer, the morning star. He is beautiful, right? It's the planet Venus. Venus is the morning star, and there's also another place in the Bible where Jesus is also referred to as the morning star. So Lucifer and Jesus are the same person, but two different sides of the coin. We have Jesus there and we've got Lucifer right there. So when we talk about demons, and we talk, if you want to tame a demon, first of all, you need to make sure that this is an illusion. If you have an out-of-body experience and you see this motherfucker, you need to understand that this is an illusion. You've been tested. Oh, 3/11, my birthday. Thank you. You cannot show any fear or obtain any fear of this. So the thing is that you need to understand that if he turns into the crush of your life, the most beautiful crush of your life, someone you, I know that if I met that guy or that woman, I could not say no. And they turn into exactly that, and there's been a lot of talk about that. You have to remember that you will sense if something is wrong with the picture, and that you might, you know, if you go into that channel in your afterlife, you might be just looking forward to another 25,000 years in the reincarnation cycles. What do I know? This is just stuff I read, and I watch a lot of documentaries. I do a lot of, I use audiobooks. I write down words and these things. So, yeah. So anyway, last here, and then we will have 4 cards where we go directly into more powers that you possess. So you possess water and earth. So you have hedge witch power, which is collecting herbs. To grow herbs, you have the power to speak to fairies, elementals. It's a very high chance that you yourself are an elemental, maybe a fae, as in a fairy. And that the more love and compassion you show to the nature, you have to understand that the plants and the trees, they can see you. I thought this trouser would be good for me, but I clearly have to stop eating for a few weeks. Anyway, you have to understand, guys, just because you look like you do, you have your eyes right here, you have canines there, but they are not really canines, are they? If you compare them to a dog, can you really call them canines? They're like 1% canines. That's why I say people when they say that we have to eat meat, and I say each person on this person must find out, number one, what is it that the body wants to function, that we know the empiric data is so strong that we just know that we can't bypass this. 2, you are the only one who knows what is good for your body. So I have many things with my body, kind of type of foods, which I have to stay away from it. I can't have it. My body simply does not want it. And just to make sure that you really understand what I'm saying here, is that we are in a time now where you have the choice to stay in your comfort zone and go into a world where there will be tyranny. Okay? King of Swords in reversed. Or you have the choice to go with Sophia, with Isis, Eve, Noria, all these magnificent divine feminine energies, to go with her. or to give her your energy and to learn that compassion is not weakness. You're not tough, you're not cool just because you kill people or kill animals and you're walking around in your tactical gear. That doesn't make you a cool person. Tactical gear and a long ponytail makes you a sexy person. It doesn't make you strong, physical strong, yeah, but it doesn't make you into a divine being. So if you are out there and fighting someone else's war because you have no choice, you can say that anything. I have a friend in Norway. He said to them after a few months being in military, he said that I'm addicted to weed. I have to smoke weed all the time, and they didn't want him there. They just kicked him. Everyone, when Paul came home, we were like, Paul, what are you doing here? Aren't you in the military? No, they kicked me out because I smoke spliffs. So it doesn't take a lot before we don't want you in the military, right? And so what is fun with the military in general is that they waste so many resources when even a cripple can have a few tricks up their sleeve. If I can do this, I can stand in an uncomfortable situation, but I can still do this. There is a name for this motion, by the way, and make the woman big as a whale, fall backwards, and then kick her. Protecting myself, self-defense. If even someone like me could do it, then if I were to be the tyrant, I would absolutely have martial art as part of my school system. Why? Because you learn how to defend yourself, but I would do the Tai Chi version because it's not made for war. Just like dancing is not made for war. But because of dancing, I have some certain movements, which is muscle memories, which no matter how old I will get, I can simply walk one person very, very fast and use one knee, and all of a sudden he or she is in the ground, especially if it's a little tiny woman, right, who snaps at me. Then you need to understand that dancing, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, and these things are very benevolent ways of exercising. You forbid nuclear weapons, forbid all this. Even though they look so sexy, that tactical gear guy, AG3 and all that kind of stuff, looks very sexy, but you have to understand that those movies are made to recruit women and men so we can go to the military. And so in that sense, that's clever. Looks pretty sexy with a woman who is beating up an entire flock of seagulls, of hooligans or people. But in the end of the day, we were just entertained with violence. So how about I was just falling into a group of people who were doing qigong when I was in Vietnam, and it was like they were outside space. They were not part of the structure that was in the city. It's difficult to explain, but when I was standing there and I was watching them, I realized I have to stand here, and I was dressed in white for once. Not often I do that, but when I stood there, I realized and there was one more spot as well. So I realized I have to stand here and broadcast this signal that they are sending, just like we are doing with the Weavers Guild. And then I saw that they would sit like this and work with this energy that we call ki. And all of a sudden, one of them looked at me and it's like, wow, Falang. And this is called grid working, when you bring your blueprints or your seeds and you're traveling to other countries and you basically are throwing your blueprints everywhere. You have an electromagnetic field around you, and this is your superpower that all of you have. But some of you could have specific blueprints that are needed more in a specific area. And anyway, I was invited to sit down with those people, and personally, I believe I was partially somewhere else while I was sitting there and meditating with these people. We didn't say one single word. We didn't talk at all. They knew, it was like they knew why I was there. They knew what I was supposed to do. And when I left, it was just like this. And this was supposed to happen. And it's been in the stars all along that at that specific point, this group of people are gonna sit there. Raven is gonna pass by with her blueprints. She's gonna give the blueprints directly to you. They're going to be much, much stronger because you are absorbing them through Qigong. And then she's gonna leave again. Then she's done her job. Basically, it's being like a postmaster or someone who's delivering a letter for you. Oh, here's your letter. Okay. So it's funny how people who are brainwashed, they put me in tvångströja, they put me in the psychiatric institution. Please do, free food, They put me in the psychiatric institution. Call me crazy, while they in their life is so full of misery because they're stuck between the two pillars that we see in the tarot card, which is called Boaz and Markin. Dualism, duality, good and bad. And this is the world which is known to Hebrew esoteric religion. It's called the Kabbalistic system. And in Kabbalah, this world is going all the way down to the roots of the tree of life that we see in so many religions, including the Nordic religion. And in the Nordic religion, we can also see that each world has its own sphere. Just like you alone are your own little sphere with filters. So whatever you don't want to be a part of your filter, you can actually learn how to put up those filters, because you are here on your own consent, but you forgot. So Fara, let's we have concluded now that you are, I'd call it like a mermaid like me. I don't feel crazy at all telling people I'm a mermaid, not at all, but that was my experience, was to wake up in another reality with a fishtail, and I'm like, dude, I'm working at a fitness, doesn't look like that right now, but I'm working at a fitness, I'm working at the gym as a fitness instructor, and I'm a dancer. I teach dancing and I teach art, and I have a kid. I drive her to kindergarten every day, and here I am with a fucking fishtail. But for some reason, this is so cool. What is going on? You know? What is going on? So all these things went on in my brain. At the same time, I was just a passenger. So I really couldn't do anything except what she was doing. And I remember then that as a child, I was obsessed. With the ocean and the secrets of the oceans. I don't go down to the deep because the sea witch is there. And so I found my favorite magazine from when I was a child. And most of you know my first name in my passport. The reason I call myself Raven is because of my last name. So my favorite comic in the whole world, of course, when 25 years is gone from your life, you don't remember the name of a comic figure you read about 25 years ago, you know. Her name was Marley's Revenge. And so clearly, as a revenge is a typical Scorpio kind of thing to do, but opening up your favorite magazine and see that, your favorite story here and the favorite person is not only does she carry your name, but it's her revenge, which is a very typical Scorpio thing to do. So you could imagine my face when I saw this, right? So this is for Fara. That's why I say, because there was a planet called Mintaka. It was destroyed during, I believe, the Orion and Draconian Lyran Draconian Wars. And apparently the Black Fleet and all these things are real. These are the things that inspired Star Wars. And so Gene Roddenberry was also a part of a UFO group where they were doing channeling, and there were other people there like Bashar, who was in contact with UFOs. Um, anyway, the Lyran Draconian Wars, Mintaka. This is how fast I trail off. Mintaka was a mermaid planet, and the water, when we are moving up a few densities, the water is. I love scuba diving. It's probably my favorite sport on the of all times. When you do scuba diving and mountain, you go up to, not climbing mountain, just walk to the top of the mountain is one of the most wonderful things you can do to your body and your mind. Because when you really are there, it's like yeah, I need an x-ray. So when you are there, especially when, I don't know how many of you have been doing scuba diving, but when you are there, you are being so crystallized and you are so in connection with Mother Earth that when you go up from the water, when you go up and the rest of that day, you're gonna feel like you're in heaven. And in Norway, the water is got, you can see pretty far. So if you, in October, you go in October. So one of the vacations I would recommend to you is to get your scuba diver card, read up upon what you have to do and stuff like that, and have a scuba dive week, because you never know. Maybe you are a natural, you know. So Mintaka disappeared, but there are still other planets around us and beings in the water here. I bring this up because Fara, you have a lot of water in your chart, but you also have earth, a lot of earth in your chart. So you could have been on both sides to understand how these two can connect in the best possible manner. So there is something here about the snow moon. Is there something called the chrome moon? It says here the chrome moon. What's that? And I don't think I will be able to read all these cards. We have to stop here, and then I will do Coyote. And for the rest of you who already are on the list, you will come up. I will have to tune down on my pipes a little bit, because I'm a walking information channel. But yeah, thank you so much for joining my music channel. Remember that I'm going to continue doing this. It's just that it's exceptionally late right now. And it's exceptionally late, and $30 read ended up, it's still a $30 read because I'm rounding a lot in between here. Honoring the past, there you go, and protection. So you really are, you really have Queen of Swords around you. There is a spirit around you which are protecting you. Okay? I don't know if any one of you are from India. But I get this Lakshmi energy from her. Lakshmi is actually where we get the word luxury from, because we use so many vowels in Europe. We say Lakshmi when it's Lakshmi is enough actually. So this is actually a message from your ancestors and your spirit family. Okay, so let's listen and hear what they have to tell us. I'm not sure we even need books. Okay, so we had Mercury today, and Mercury is all about communication, knowledge, commerce, small travels. And so I'm going to bring up the name 36 in case the name 36 have a meaning for you. I think it says the snow moon, and you stand here with this light, which for me it also symbolizes, because I don't know, I experience this all the time. It's so easy, and I thought, is it this easy for you as well, that you can close your eyes, especially in the middle of the night, and you can see that in the area of the heart, solar plexus or something around there, there is this golden, soft light. Not a bonfire. Bonfire is also natural light, but this is different. It's like this etheric light, and it's so strong, so strong. And that is your personal light, and your personal light is the only one which is right. Because there are many tribes around the planet which, when they are born, they practice how to die, right? And as originally being, I love that name, Namlu Ulu, either, you know, Namlu Ulu is a wonderful name. Remember that they have tried to tell us that we were a bunch of retarded monkeys that smacked each other in the head to get laid and so forth and so forth. It is absolutely not the truth. And we can see parts of this in the Gnosticism. The Gnostics. Oh, there is the spider again. Oh no! If I open the door, No! Where is it? Oh, I can see you. Okay, guys, sorry, I have some work to do. It's not gonna take long. Oh, now it's behind my clothes. Ah! Okay, I admit I scream. So situations like this, I did scream. I couldn't help it now. Because is that the same spider or do I have two spiders again? Because I'm gonna sleep here. Fuck's sake. It could have something to do that the swimming pool in there and me breaking glass and all that stuff. But they are running around like insane here. But yeah, for those of you who are interested, just 1 minute break here with this one. For those of you who are interested, I'm making by hands startup kit for those who wants to work with call it witchcraft, call it whatever you want. We might have to find a way to send it. You can use Western Union if you like. It's very simple. And I will send you because I'm working now. I have purchased different creams. Let's say if you have a lot of itching. And what I do is that I use my own knowledge and I do a lot of research to test out without harming the spider so I have one way to get the spiders out, that is to use a coconut shell, a lot of stuff to burn like wood pieces and these things, and to put this place under smoke full on. And they don't want to be here. The thing is that I am too much in love with geckos. There are many baby geckos, and there are many jumping spiders that are too cute to die. But this spider is a monster. It's like a Lovecraft monster. It's Call of Cthulhu called. He wants his babies back. So what I'm doing is that I have a few witches packages where I put together tarot cards, I put together salvi for because it's a little bit healing there, and these things. And if you are interested in purchasing a box with different kind of things that incense, And in the future, we're also gonna have books. I'm also thinking of making self-produced dream catches. So for those of you who are a part of the guild, these dream catches is going to be a little bit more expensive than those you buy from China that are like €5 or $5. Because I'm Norwegian and $5, that's yeah, no, it's not really so much money, depending on the time I'm working. So one dream catcher, I could spend, depending on the macrame around, it depends really. But I want to make a lot of dream catches, as I've shown you pictures, in different kind of colors again. And I use my own beads. I don't care if I don't have willow tree, but we do also have access to. That wasn't. Okay, so another little tip, since we are talking about willow bark is also, if you have to survive in the wild one time, willow bark is a medicine to like I think it's like paracetamol. It's a painkiller. So if you're sick and you are in the forest and you forgot your painkillers, willow bark is the stuff. So I'm also doing a little book with drawings. I already have like a thick some plant guide book, but I'm going to draw the plants that are the most interesting. Anyway, I am going to, I think the smoke method in regards to giant spider is the best one, because even tarantulas, even humans, we don't want to take a nap when the spiders are like that, but let's see. Okay, so I'm sorry for the middle shit here. 36 is also a 9, so this is completion. This is your inner light. And here there is one ancestor of yours. I don't know if you ever experienced, there is a type of healing which is given to you in India. It's not Reiki, but it's something else, but it's full of fire, and it's given to you in southeast, in Auroville. They give you this energy here. And so first time I experienced, never ever have I experienced, for me that was so supernatural at that point. So they held their hands. Yeah, I can feel your hands are warm. But we are talking about, you know, if heat, like an oven here. I was severely shocked of having this extreme heat given to me around my head from 2 hands with their roots in Auroville. So I don't know how normal that is, but it lasted so long. She can't just stand, because if you stand like this, yes, I feel the heat, but she really was like an alpha werewolf. Apparently they're very hot, like for real. They have an extreme heat according to the fairy tales. Um, I don't know what that's supposed to be, if it's a butterfly or if it's an apple. But anyway, here you carry your own light, and there is something about communication here. There is an old lady that wants to talk to you. So maybe you can talk to her. You can draw random pictures, and don't think about the pictures. Just draw them or write. You know, don't think about what you should write. Just what comes up to you. This is channeling. What is it that comes up to you? If I tell you now, don't think about a red flower, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so this is marriage is manipulative, okay? But if your brain is focused and you sit alone and out of the blue you see a blue car, the message could have something to do with the blue car. And all of a sudden you see that I don't wanna go into this because all of a sudden I remember I was maybe 3 years old. I was in a blue car and we were in a car accident. So, and we didn't have any of this. So I don't know why that pops up. So maybe you too could have been in a car accident in regards to a blue car. So I'm not going, but you get my point. Maybe there are lots of roses popping up, and this was someone you love very much, and through the roses she's telling you, I love you so much. Okay, you are protected. Here we have the alpha wolf. Those audiobooks are awesome, by the way. Some of them are so funny and cramping. So she's Queen of Sword. She's a Celt, and the Celts and the Norwegians, or the Scandinavians, but especially the Norwegians, they have. If you go back in time, they literally can talk to each other. It's the same language. What's up with that? You know. And I also believe personally that the restless negative blood comes from the red head. And also they said that people with blue eyes, we are all family. So if you have blue eyes and you're here, hi, you know. But there's something about a wolf here, and there's something about this sword. Basically this is protection. It's called the Wolf Moon, and it's number 2, which is also the High Priestess, which is, she's like a human scale. And she doesn't talk like me, yada yada yada, or being attacked by spiders, but she's basically sitting here and she's filling herself up with the energy from God. Now, the wolves, they're all about the moon. It's just the moon goddess that exists to them. But when they swear, they do say God's above. Very naughty. Usually they are these romance. I have been obsessed with many of these romance because some of them are really hilarious. I'm obsessed with them for a year now. So if you want to kill some time, you're bored of regular movies, you could do an audiobook. You don't have to look on the pictures, you could just listen, and they are really, really funny. Some of them. So the next one you get here, we see she's got also a raven skull on her head. She reminds me of the Morgan. Possibly, is there something there? So she has 31, which equals a 4, which is stability. The raven, or this bird, if it's a raven, the beak is okay. Beak is looking inward, but anyway, this is about honoring the past. So this is a ritual that I would do if I were you. Just take screenshots. Is this the Chrome Prosperity 8 is death and transformation, and in this case this is that part of the moon. And we have the raven here as well. We have the raven and owls, and we have the wolf. Pretty cool. So here I am, giving her all the information. We have peons here, which are equivalent to, it's a type of rose, and she's knocked up. She's knocked up. So I don't know how old you are, but 99% of me tells me that you still have the ability to get knocked up. Then we have this beautiful Indian woman here, and that lovely tower owl. I love tower owls. I know I love owls, tower owls. They are so adorable. The man moon, no, the man moon. The mending is a way of. I can't explain that word in Norwegian. But you're fixing things, or uploading things, or you're covering up things. Number 18 equals 9 again. This is about self-reward. So she tells you that she's been doing so much now during her whole life now, and she says you've been doing something too. That you should reward yourself. Sorry guys, I don't see the text on this side, so I have to look a little bit more on this side. Okay. So your gifts, basically, I cannot say they are connected exclusively to the owl, to the wolf, to the raven, because these are witchy cards. So they are oracle cards, but in general here we see that there's been a wall there, and that wall has to come down. Future is looking amazing. Oh my god, that spider again. I'll see if I can get it out. Fuck! Excuse my language, guys. I will have to get him out. Where is my broomstick? did I mention something about self-reward? I'm so proud right now because my ninja skills are improving. So I'm going to show you something quite funny. If you don't think that's funny, then you're quite dry, in my opinion. But yeah, all of a sudden, this large spider is standing in the middle of the wall. I was thinking, okay, if I open the door really, really slowly, just for me being this close, is like a gift. So the opening door into the kitchen, and that I took my new walking staff. It was also very close, so it was pretty. And then I start, you know, go this way, and he slowly he went out of the room so I could lock the door. The funny part of this one is that when I come home, because I cannot do that here, but I usually exercise with them. So there is an eagle on this, but there is something in the end of this thing. Can anyone see what this is? I mean, is it me who think this is funny, or am I going mad here? You see, there's an eagle there, but what does that look like? Can you see what it is? I think I might get a real slap for showing people a staff that I was buying in, but I'm gonna privatize this one. But it's not so easy to see what it is. At the same time, why am I thinking dirty when I see? Because I was thinking of sending this as a gift for my father. I'm thinking my father wraps out this thing. I'm sorry. I promise I won't do the reads this long. I've had this week has been pandemonium. It's been absolutely chaos. Because my father, he just come from the United States, and so I have very little sleep. Everything is funny, my brain is going in all directions. I'm serving you all the information that I've installed in my entire life, and up in this spider is coming. Hello there! I'm not afraid of you motherfuckers. This is like everything. But Fara, you got a really long read today, and this is not a $30 read. It's a $30 read in one way, but because of all my in between. Oh, by the way, the Orion Wars and mermaid stuff, and oh, did you know about the Namru, blah blah blah. These are teachings that will be put up on in a proper book or scripture, so we can stick to the paperwork, because I fly off. I've always done this my entire life. We are supposed to talk about tomato, even the AI is saying that, and the next minute we are at war with the reptilian, trillion years of course, in the Aldebaran system, and it all started with how to grow tomatoes. So yes, I had a wonderful time, and I feel so proud because I I managed to not rah, 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 kill the spider and throw it out. No, I managed to, excuse me, lady, would you please just leave this apartment? And he was so, it warms my heart a little bit. He was so like, okay, I'll go out. He wasn't like running or anything. He was like, yeah, of course, no problem, you know. And I was, okay, that kind of warmed my heart a little bit. And so, yeah, this is a part of having this extreme fear of anything, absolutely anything in your life. And then coming to the point that whatever you have fear of can all of a sudden be your favorite thing in the whole world. You never know. I don't think I'm going to keep a zoo with spiders, but you know, the way he was walking so disciplined out, yeah, I understand. I'll go. It was like, I got this feeling he really understood that I don't want you here. Excuse me, just go out. And it wasn't running or being chaotic or anything like that. It was like this, okay, I'll get out of here. I get the point, you know. So yeah, jumping spider, they also have this strange habit of they understand far more than we do, than we think they do. Okay, so next read will be a little bit shorter because she's new on the channel. And for those of you who do not get your read today and have trouble with yeah, who have trouble talking about trouble and trouble. If you have any trouble with, what do you have? A worm with 1,000 legs. I know I moved quite rural, but is this the fucking jungle or what? Oh my god. Just, okay, whatever. So yeah, next one will be Kiati. She had one of the reason I bring her out now is because she's been a good girl, and while she asked her question, she have also specified, I need more of these books. Tomorrow I'll get more of these books. So yeah, when we are doing this kind of reads now, when I have to say stop, we say stop, then you type your question. Maybe sitting here at all is like, oh my god, Raven is not just gonna wait. Maybe she's coming to her senses eventually. I'll just write up your question, okay? Okay. Wow. We have work to do. Really work to do. Shit. All this important information is just and a doodle. Okay, so if you want to be a part of this construct where I do your read, remember, just go in to Octavia, my so superficial artificial music channel. This is my new thing, because I've had 6 years now with tarot. Now tarot is going to be just no more trying to be this or that, the nice lady, the hippie lady, or this lady or that lady. Just going to be the crazy lady, okay? And this site have a lot of different kind of music. For now, there is a lot of side trance, chill trance. I lived in Ibiza, so there's also a lot of Ibiza chill trance. We also have classical music, we have rock music, and eventually I'm going to invest in getting down the WoW file so we can adjust the music somehow. I also am going to buy a program. In my days, when I was really young and pretty like you guys, it was called Cubase. So I don't know what it's called today, but I'm going to buy one of those. And I'm going to work with MIDI files. And I'm saving up for something like a keyboard which is full of deep space sounds, like UFO kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do in the future. And in order to, I realized in order to be able to do that, I had to tell myself that, Molly, you can't be afraid of what people think. If you think this is fun, even though it sucks balls, do it. And if you really love do it, you will become good at it. So we're already good with tarot. We already have some things that are unfinished in regards to the books and these things. You need to understand that AI, all of a sudden, first of all, there was some memory issues last year when we worked on it. This has been upgraded. And the second thing I recommend for you to do is that write yourself. If you're going to write some books, write yourself and just ask the AI, how can this sentence be upgraded? Okay? And if it's a word you don't understand, ask the IA, what does this word mean? Okay? This is why I don't see this hyper propaganda where they say your brain is going to be washed out if you use ChatGPT. Can it really be worse by doom scrolling and watching movies all day, which I have done my entire life until I started to travel? I learned from movies, but it's not good for your eyes. You need to get out a little bit more. But is AI really that much worse? You know, so it's a sort. It depends on how you use it. So we have Octavia and we have Orion. Orion is practically my favorite word. So if I'm from Orion, I'd say what we truly love is what we're attracted to is usually because we come from there, you know. So we have Orion, we have Raven, of Orion in one word. And there is a number 5293, I believe. Wow, we remember. So yes, Fara, you got a really, really long, intense read. Usually we don't have time for that. I was supposed to say goodbye like sleeping 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock would be a good time. But I think your read in general was very, very interesting. And if you're not part of the web yet, I invite you. I need your consent to put the crystal in you. It's not a physical thing, so relax. There are no. It's just a symbolic things, and it can be done from a distance. So it's no issue. So all I need is your birth date. And another reason, there is nothing in it for me except that I had enough of the elite. I had enough of the Epstein files being held back. I had enough of that we can't live wherever we want. And now there are coming even more restriction on an airplane. They showed a package of crackers. A package of crackers, illegal. There was something else also. It was so ridiculous that you just go, say what? And if you want to travel with boat, you have to take one of those luxury boats. So traveling, and it says so in Revelations that traveling will become more and more hard, and eventually, if you don't have this chip, you won't be able to shop food or nothing at all. And this is why I'm glad that I'm 50 years old, because I don't want to be around. Already it's a tough thing. Now in Norway, one regular apartment is $1,000. It's just a regular apartment. When I rented the same apartment, it was $300, right? So you can protect yourself by becoming part of this guild, and you can learn. We will put up teachings. There is only one of me, unfortunately, but we will put up teachings that will tell you how you can use, because the wave is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. This is why I should be a little bit more, is it revenant call, or more humble when all these spiders are coming? Because after I established the Dreamcatcher Guild or the Dreamweavers Guild, which are based on a spider's web, all of a sudden this apartment was like full of spiders. They just came invading my space, right? And I should be revered. I should revere them for saying, okay, here we are to help, bringing the energy to you. Instead, I'm screaming and get out. I'm spraying them with DEET, and shame on me, you know? But this is how synchronized things are right now. If you're thinking about something very particular right now, whatever you're thinking about, you'll see it more and more often that you're thinking about something, it will pop up on YouTube. Today, I saw some kind of a short three-liner or something. It was some information about the rhesus monkey. And I was thinking, I don't have time for this, so I scrolled, and a new one comes up. And I was like, what the fuck is this, you know? Of course, when this happens so often, you're gonna be like, we live in synchronicity. And that means that you are on the right path, really. Now, for those of you right here, and I'm gonna go out, then I'm gonna go back in again, then we had one more girl, poor girl, she's been waiting forever, and then Max and Penelope. We are going to get a message from Hecate. Did I just yeah, so here is the Dreamcatcher Guild. So right now you're all placed as placeholders because you are the founding fathers. So eventually each Dreamcatcher or each weaver will be placed in this sum. So two really strong notes I got from Maximus. Where is your name? There is Max, and we have Sana here somewhere. I'll have a look at it to make sure that it's good. But there were two notes here that when I was done, they were so powerful that that basically this is a really simplified Dreamcatcher's web, which is technology, and inside there is a spiral that is part of giving birth to the divine feminine and keeping out the negative patriarchal system. and there are so many things I could tell you about that. But right now, for those of you who are not part of Octavia Raven of Orion 5293, my music site, join and tell me that you have joined before you post your question. Okay, so we are going to jump over to the next ones. I'm gonna make I hope some of this makes sense. By the way, Fara, thank you so much for your patience. This is, I think, the longest $30 read I've ever given. So we cut it down. It's very late. So next one is Reda. Okay, so I'm gonna find, yeah, anyone here needing an assistance job. So I see you in 5 minutes. I'll find the other names so we can continue with Reda, Maximus, and Penelope.